Alright, welcome back to the Krabby Dice, and let's continue our adventure here with mission number 7. Now, just like the previous one, there's no story or anything between the two missions. You're not going to restore, you're just going to go into another dungeon. Alright, this one's a fairly short one. It's only 3 tiles long. There's going to be 4 cavesicles and a mighty earth loa at the end over here. Okay, so the goal of this one, just like most missions, is to reach the exit space over here, and we lose if everyone's defeated. There is a special rule here with the earth loa, is if we can defeat him, we're going to get a special prize, and there's also a blue loot over there. And that's pretty much all we need to know. The cavesicles are going to start 1, 2, and 3. I just have to remember that because I put them on the side of the board. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. Oh, no, not that one. That one there. Let me just double check that. There you go. Alright, so let's zoom in and get started. Alright, so we're gonna see what the mighty earth loa is gonna do during his turn. Alright, because he's got a lot of armor. Alright, so we're gonna shuffle up the deck here. So I'm gonna be using both cavesicle cards because there are 4 on the board. These 3 is one swarm, and this lonely guy by himself is another swarm. Shuffle this up. Let's turn him over. So it looks like it looks like we're going to see what he's going to be doing early on in this campaign or this mission. All right. Okay, Zeke, you're up. All right, so you probably remember from my previous videos, I turned Zeke into my magic mage type of character. He's got a staff, he rolls his casting of white, and he's got the euthanasia spell. So we're going to spend all 3 for his character to move and use his spell. So he moves at 7, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and then I'm gonna go 6 and hide in the bushes over here. All right, bushes are good, or green terrain is good because it's good for defense. All right, now I'm gonna cast it on the red character. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's inside my SOI barely. All right, so let me roll my casting, which is just a white. So it's gonna be 6 plus 5, 11. I think it's gonna be very hard for a cavesicle to beat that. So their conviction is a white and a purple. So while there's possible, they can roll double 7s. Well, let's see. So I have 11, and they got 9. All right, so they get affected by the spell. Now I'm not gonna bother with the wilt and all that stuff because they only have 6 health, and my euthanasia spell, as you can see here, does 6 damage. All right, 6 damage and does other effects, but who cares about the effects? Because he died. All right, so that was Zeke. Pretty simple. Next, we're going to activate the Earth Loa. It's the first time we're going to see him all campaign. So what does he do? Okay, so first of all, he's imposing. He has hulking, which basically means we cannot move him. So the hammer that I have with a rook can't push him. Okay, basically. Now, he gives out barrier, which is added defense armor. So another ally within his SOI gains barrier, and then he keeps going down and keeps going down, and so on and so on and so on. His conviction is pretty bad though, 2 white, and he rolls 2 teal dice. Now what's really imposing is he has 20 health and 5 armor, so you really need to bring some some magic to take this guy down. But he is really slow, so you can sort of run around him casting spells at him. All right, and his defense is really bad. All right, so we're going to activate him. Let's go down his flowchart. So is there an ally within SOI of the without barrier? And yes, there is, right over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy's in his SOI. All right, so we're going to give him a barrier token. And like I mentioned, this is going to give him an armor. All right, right there. So let's give it to this guy. All right, so cavesicle just got a little stronger. Okay. Is there one more adjacent opponent? No. Can it move and attack an opponent within range 2? No. Otherwise, move towards the nearest opponent. Okay, so the nearest opponent is Zeke, so he's going to move 4 towards him. Now, I'll move him around the green. He's not going to waste time going into the hindered terrain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so every round, he's going to keep moving closer and closer and closer. And it is a tight map here, so we're going to be either running around him or figuring something out. All right, but he's pretty much done with his card. We'll go look at his card later when we have to attack him. All right, after that is the cavesicles. You've seen them a million times, but this is going to be group number 1, which are these 2 guys. You can look at their colors, and we're going to activate them in order. So first the purple guy, this guy. I forget actually which one they're going to do. So is there an adjacent opponent? No. Is there an opponent within range 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Can it move and attack somebody in range 4? Yes. So he's going to advance 1 and attack. Now his attack is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just outside of his SOI. So he only has one other companion in his SOI. So his hive mind is only going to be a white and a orange. All right, and let's roll it. Now, could I do anything with Zeke? Does he have? He has a dodge ability right over here. I might as well use it. Yeah, sure. Why not? Might as well. It says dodge. If you succeed the dodge, I can counter, but I'm too far to counter. So let's do that. And I'm going to roll it. Wait, I got a dodge. There you go. Let's roll it right here. All right. Wow. Okay. So I got a shield. All right. So I do get a +1. Now I am in hindered terrain, so that's technically +2, right? So I'm at 12, but they got 13. So right now we're at base 1 damage, 13 minus 12. Now for each shield, it's an extra damage. So at 1, 2, 3, 4 damage in total. The star does nothing. Is there anything else I can do? Oh, and if I, sorry, right here, if I, when making a dodge, if you don't roll a skull, add +1 to the result. So technically it was 13 and 13. Okay, so instead of 4, I'm going to take 3 damage, which is just the shields on the thing. All right, so let me take 4 damage. All right, so thankfully I dodged. That was a really good roll by the Capesicles. So I'll give him another 3. So he's already at 6 damage, which isn't great. And then the other one's going to go. Now the other one's going to do the exact same thing. He's going to move 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's in 4. Now I can't dodge this. Let's get rid of this die. All right, it's going to be the same thing because there's only one other Capesicle in his SOI. And this time he rolled a 10, but it misses because my defense is technically 11 because I'm in hindered terrain. And there you go. That's his turn. And let's go to Rook. All right, so for Rook, unfortunately, man, I wish he had 7 movement. I think the first upgrade or next upgrade skill that I get for him is going to be the +1 movement because it seems like he always needs 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get in combat with this guy. Now, if I really wanted to take a chance and go crazy, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, jump this, 5, 6, and get it here. But I'm not going to do that because his agility is really bad. So what I'm going to do is spend 2 SP to get in combat with this guy, and then I'll probably just use my once per encounter skill to attack. Okay, so let's spend 2 SP. So that's going to let me move at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, it's a waste of movement, but not much else I can do. And then I'm going to, let me go get a use token. I'm going to do my once per encounter relic over here to attack. I roll 2 whites and a black. All right, oops, I didn't count. Although a 4 is not bad. So I need to hit a 9, I believe. Their defense, oh, it's only an 8. It's been a while since I've attacked them. Wow, I just rolled spectacularly. So this is going to be 12 minus 8. Well, we're already looking at 5 damage plus all the shields. I'm not even going to bother. Yeah, he's going to die. Okay, straight up one-shot kill on the Capesicle. All right, that was Rook. He's going to be holding on to 1 SP. I guess he's going to save that up to either dodge, but I got some dodging things here. I'll figure out what to do with it later. Oh, plus I did get I had a reroll here, and I got the +1. So it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I probably dealt like 10 damage. Okay, so that was that. Now Nightingale, my archer, is going to go next. Now to get into range 6, she needs to go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She needs to get just up to here. So she's going to spend 1 SP to move, although she'll move closer, I guess, waiting for these guys to come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She can actually get here, which is not bad, because then when these guys activate, she can just lob arrows by not moving. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should I stay here? Ah, what the hell? 1 more. 7. Okay, so that's 1 SP to move and 2 to attack. We're gonna roll our white and purple. I can't empower it, but I do get my reroll. So let's see, white and purple. Now I'm gonna, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm not in range of this guy, so I have to attack this guy. So straight up dice, need an 8 to hit. Right, now I'm gonna definitely re-roll that too. Let's do that. There you go. So I got 10. Now 2 books lets me move 1. So what I'm gonna do is move down here behind Rook. And 2 shields is plus 2 damage. So 10 minus 8 is 2 damage. Plus 2 is gonna be 4 damage. Unfortunately, I didn't kill the Capesicle, but he's almost dead. What I will do also is at this point, you know what, might as well use up my you know what, I'll wait around to use her once per encounter here, but I am going to activate her mend, so I just get my heal tokens right away. And thank you to my YouTubers for explaining to me that the mend is not the target gets the SP, you get the SP for it. So I've been playing a little wrong on my previous ones, but I'll fix that going forward. All right, so she's going to get 2 heal tokens there, and she's out of SP. Okay, so that's it for her. Now Remy's going to go. And pretty simple, I think she's going to fly in all the way here and attack it with Blade Works, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So whether I fly with 2 or spend 2 to get there with 7 movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. Even she needs a boost in her movement. So she's going to get there with 2 SP, and then she's going to use Blade Works to attack. It's going to be 2. Put Blade Works. Remember, I do get a reroll, but I probably won't need it. It's going to be 2 whites. Now, I could empower it as well, but he only has 2 life left. There's no point, I would think. So let's roll. There you go. I got 9 with a star and a bunch of shields. I could re-roll this, but there's no point here. You know what? I'll use my short sword to re-roll it. It's the same value. It doesn't really matter. 9 minus 8 is the damage. The double sword is an extra 2 damage. The star is an extra damage. And he's going to die. Alright, so those are all the Capesicles. I'm going to draw another loot card because this is down. Oh, by the way, I'm only going to use 1 card. Both cards are identical, so the second group is going to just use the same card. Alright, so this is going to be 9 gold. There you go. Let's keep adding it to my stash. Alright, I'm actually going to also remove their card off the board. And there you go. That was Remy's turn. Now the Capesicle is going to go. So their card, anyone adjacent, anyone within 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, so they're going to move and attack somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So both of these guys can be targeted. So they're gonna target Rook because he's first in the turn order. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's carry this barrier with him. So he's gonna do his attack. It's gonna be just 2 white because there's no other Capesicles on the board. This should be an easy. You know, I'll even block with Rook. Might as well. I mean, might as well use your abilities if you can. So he needs a 10. Oh wait, I'm gonna block with the dodge. Sorry, I meant dodge, not block. But let's roll. So I got a skull, so it's meaningless. But it doesn't matter because they rolled a bunch of 2s. Okay, so they don't hit. Okay, that's it for round 1. All right, this is a pretty short mission, although we are going to be spending a couple of rounds trying to take down the big guy, or me running away with my tail between my legs. Let's give this a good shuffle. Let's turn this inside out, and let's do it. So Nightingale, Rook, and the Capesicle, which hopefully will not be alive by the time it hits his turn. And there you go. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'll refresh everyone's cards, giving them their SP, and then Nightingale will probably not move and attack the Capesicle a couple of times. Okay, so I'm not going to move. I'm going to spend 2 to attack. So I do get my +1. So it's going to negate his barrier, but no, it's to hit. So I'll get my +1 and I'll calculate the armor after. So again, I'm going to roll. Now I could empower it. And you know what? Might as well. Let's see if I can kill him with one shot. So it's gonna roll a black, a white, and a purple. Now it's not technically going. It actually is going through my buddy over here. I didn't realize it. So I'm gonna be getting a -1 to my attack. So it's gonna negate my +1, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Let's do it. And I missed my attack, and I rolled a double 7. Look at that. I would have destroyed him, but I miss. Is a miss. Is a miss. Okay, so that was Nightingale. Now I'm thinking about if she wasn't going first, I was gonna probably activate this, but it would be kind of pointless right now. Actually, it wouldn't be pointless. I could give everyone else an extra SP, but they're not gonna use too many SPs on their turn if we're waiting for the cave Earth Loud to come down. So you know what? I'll wait an extra turn, and then next turn I'm gonna activate it so we can get more action points to fight him off. Okay, so I think that's all she's gonna do. Well, she has no more SP, so that's it. Next up is gonna be Rook. All right, so let's. I think we're just gonna move and attack the Cavesicle. Now, I gotta pay attention to the Earth Loa. So let's read his card again. Is there more than one adjacent opponent? And then, if there's not, well, he continues down either way. Can it move and attack somebody within reach 2? That means it's a range of 6, right? Because it's reach 2. So he moves at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And reach 2 basically means 1, 2. So if we're anywhere here, he's going to be able to attack us. All right. And what he's going to do is make an attack with reach 2 and then push and inflict paralyze at force 11. So because it's a push 2, I don't want to be, well, thankfully I can't fall in a pit, but I got to be very careful that I'm not anywhere near these pits where you can push us and kill us with one shot. So do I put myself in danger? I guess I will. I mean, I'm going to keep some AP to maybe dodge, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to spend 1 SP to move. So let me spend that SP. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you know what? I'll go here instead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because I can use my ability to chuck this guy into the pit later, and he'll die in one shot. Okay, so then I'm going to attack. It's going to be a 2. So 2 whites and a black. Hopefully I don't roll a skull again. Need to hit an 8. And I got a 12 with a bunch of shields. Oh boy, this is going to be a lot of damage. So 12 minus 8. We're already starting at 4. All those shields. I believe I get 1 damage per shield. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage just on the shields. Wow. Okay, well, he's gone. His armor made absolutely no difference. Let's just remove the barrier token. Now he's in a group by himself, so he gives me a loot. And it's going to be more money. Am I ever going to get one of those special cards? Who knows? Alright, I'm going to remove the Cavesicle cards. They're pretty much done for the game. Alright, and the other guys, they're just going to save their SPs. So Zeke is just going to move. Use 1 SP to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he's going to wait here. Oh, does he use his extra SP? So you know what? Actually, he was here. It's cost 2 SP to get out of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't want to get in her way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There you go, right in between. All right, because the Earth Low is going to be here, and I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, so I don't have to move next turn, and I'll be in range to do my Euthanasia. And he has 2 SP, so he's going to go up to 5, so he's going to be able to cast it twice, which is excellent for him. All right, then the Earth Low is going to go, and he's going to go attack Rook. All right, so this is going to be a bit painful. So now with Rook, I'm definitely going to activate my dodge. Can't forget, I'll activate it right now. Now, if he does me a ton of damage, I can always activate this to negate it. So this is why this is a very expensive armor for the start of the game. It says, when you're dealt damage from an attack, ignore all physical damage dealt to you. So, I'm going to dodge it, and we'll see what happens. So he's going to move. Again, let's go through his card. I'm going to skip the top one because there's no other friendlies around him, so he's not going to be giving out barrier. Is there more than one person adjacent? No. Can it move and attack somebody at reach 2? Yes. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, Rook is in range 2. Now, Now I'm assuming that directly away is not the pit, it's here. All right, because it is a bit diagonal. It's a bit, maybe somebody can write in the comments below if this would push him this way or I would think that it would be diagonal. That's why I put him there. If not, I would have put him up here so that he goes back. All right, so either way he wouldn't have died. He would just have been up there. All right, but anyway, so make an attack within reach 2. All right, then push and inflict paralyze. Paralyze is terrible. You basically have to skip your turn, but I'll show you later. So he's going to do an attack, and his attack is 2 teal. Now I am definitely dodging that, like I paid for it. So hopefully it doesn't hit me. So my defense is 10 plus. That's a 1, so only 11. Oh boy. Don't roll 11, don't roll 11, don't roll 11. And he rolls a 14. All right. All right, so, oh man, this is going to suck. But this is 14 minus 11. You know what? I won't even calculate. Like I mentioned, I'm going to use this to block all the damage because I don't want to get damaged. All right, but I'm still going to have to face against this force ability here. So he's going to push me 2 and inflict paralyze if I can't get a conviction of 11. Okay, so my conviction check is a white because of this, because my weapon gives me a white. I'll read you this card at a future thing, but you basically use your conviction of one of your weapon dice, whatever. A white and a purple. So I'm going to roll a white and a purple. So I need to get an 11 or I get paralyzed. And I rolled an 8. So I get pushed 2 and I get paralyzed. 1, 2. And there you go. So you know what? It would make more sense if pushing away. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me if the pushing would make sense if it's diagonal or if it has to go back. So I would technically be over here. And you know what? Just to make the game simpler, so I don't have to deal with that question, I'm just gonna go over here when I kill the cave sickle. So he pushes me 2, and I'm over here, and I'm paralyzed. All right. So here's the paralyzed token. Now, basically, on my next turn, I cannot take actions or use abilities, so I basically waste a turn. But at the end of that turn, I'm going to discard this, and then I'm going to gain immunity paralyzed, so I can't get paralyzed again for this encounter. Let me put this here. Put it here. All right, so that was the Earth Loa who paralyzed me. Now it's going to be Remy's turn. Now originally I was going to go sit here and just get the loot and then wait around, but the problem is if the Earth Loa activates and Remy is the target, he's going to walk here and then push her off the cliff. So I don't want to do that. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to probably activate the chest and then move next to him over here so that if he attacks me and pushes me, I'm just going to go against here and I don't take any extra damage because I did move 2. Another specific rule in the game is if like per time I'm here and he pushes me 2, and because I can only move 1, basically hit the wall, take an extra damage type of thing. So I'm going to waste all 3 of her SP to move. Sorry, she has 4. Anyway, I'm going to waste 3 of it. So move. Oh no, I can't move twice in my turn. Oh no, I can't even do that. So what do? Do I fly on the other side of him and attack? Probably that's my best bet. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be doing any damage because he has 5 armor, but although I do have some armor piercing, so it's only going to be 3. So you know what, might as well. So I'm going to use 2 to move. So flying, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get right behind him, although the backstab doesn't take effect until I have flanking. Then I'm going to attack with my blade works first. So this one here. All right, I'm going to roll 2 whites from the finesse and the white over there. Now, technically, I should empower this, right? Because he has a lot of armor. Because of that, yeah. You know what? Let me empower it. You know, I was thinking about attacking twice, but probably empowering is better. Plus, I get to re-roll one of my dice, so you know, hoping for the best here. So let's roll. So that is not going to cut it at all. So I'm definitely going to re-roll this too. Man, I'm going to need a, see if I keep the 3, I'm going to need at least a 5 here just to hit because I rolled so badly. But I rolled a 7. Wonderful. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of damage actually. So let's look at our cards. So it's going to be 10 minus 8. Where's this card? Left it on the table. 10 minus 8 defense, so it's already starting at 2. Okay. Then each 2 shields is plus 2. So it's going to be another 2 here. So we're at 4. Another 2 here, which is 6. Another 2 here, so we're at 8. Okay. The star is another plus 1, so we're at 9. And there you go. We're at 9. I do have 2 armor piercing, so his armor is only 3. So 9 minus 3 is going to take 6 damage. There you go. It's pretty simple. So hopefully that math was correct. Somebody can correct me if that was wrong. And that's about all I can do. So that's the end of Remy's turn. Let's see, is there anything else I can do? I don't know, I got some dodges for next turn. I'm not gonna bother chucking him a knife because his armor will block it. So let's go to next round. This is gonna be round 3. I'm gonna have to give everyone their SP and I unexhaust everything. Let's see, can we take down the big fella? So Nightingale's first, then Rook, who's gonna do absolutely nothing on his turn. Then Zeke, who's gonna chuck a few spells his direction. Then the Earth Lao is gonna go attack our friend here. And then Remy's gonna go last, but she's gonna probably be paralyzed. All right. Okay, so Nightingale's here. Now I think what she's gonna do is she's gonna move to get the chest and then attack. But you know, being a ranged person against that much armor, I'm probably not gonna do a lot of damage. I sort of wish I equipped her with a crossbow instead of the regular bow, which has 3 armor piercing, which is awesome. So here goes nothing. Let's move. Okay, so 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. I'm gonna do 1 to open the chest. Now I already read the book. Basically, it's 10 gold that I'm gonna add to the party and 2 random consumables. Let me put the chest there. So like usual, we're gonna grab the deck and just take the 2 ones at the bottom. But everyone's pack is full, so these 2 are gonna go. Oh, I got the smoke bomb. These are gonna go into someone's backpack. Probably. I'll deal with this later. No point in dealing with this now. All right, and now she's only got 1 SP left. But what she's gonna do, she's gonna activate her ability here. Might as well do it now. So everyone's gonna get back 1 SP, but she gets back 2. So essentially, everyone's at 5 SP, which is awesome to try to take the big guy down. Now with 3 left, she's gonna spend 2 to try to deal with some damage. I'm almost guaranteed it's not gonna do anything, but might as well try. It's going to be a white and a purple. Might as well empower it. You know, who cares? White, purple, black. His armor is 5. I need to hit an 8. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow. I rolled amazingly. So maybe I will do some damage. So this is already 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. So we're starting off at 4. Now, for every 2 shields, it is an extra 2 damage. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. All right, a star is 1, 11, and 2 books lets me move once. So you know what, let me move farther into the corner over here. All right, so what did I calculate that? That was 11? Or wait, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, minus 5. That's gonna be 6 damage. Look at that. Awesome roll. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that was it for Nightingale. All right, up next, Rook. Pretty simple. Just get rid of Paralyzed. Now, I did mention earlier you're immune for the encounter. That's not true. It's just for the next round, obviously, so you don't get paralyzed constantly over and over again. At least you'll survive every 2 rounds. All right, so just as a reminder, I'm going to keep this on his card. But he can't do anything this round, but at least he'll have 5 SP to go into the following round. Okay. Up next we got Zeke. All right, this is where he's gonna make all his money. All right, so we're sitting at 12. Now the Earth Low only has 8 health left. All right, so if I hit him with both of my spells, he's pretty much toast. Okay, so we got 5 SP. Now I'm gonna spend 3 to cast with Empower. So it's a white with a black. Now hopefully I don't get the skull, so I eat 3 damage to my face. We'll see what happens. All right, so that's going to be one book with a 7. My goodness, this is going to be 13, 14. He's got to get 14 with his conviction of 2 white. He literally needs to roll box cards, which is double 7s on the white to protect against this. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So he's just going to eat 6 more damage for euthanasia. And that's going to inflict the wilt, which shouldn't matter because he's at 2 life left. So what I'm going to do is, Zeke, time to make your money. Spend the other 2. Roll the spell again. So it's 6 plus 6. I'm rolling like a champion this game. So he needs a 12 on 2 whites. Let's see what happens. And he rolled a 10. He was close, but guess what? He's going to suffer 6 damage again. He only had 2 life left. He would have actually been gotten condemned as well, but you're not going to see that happening. So he just dies. Alright, so that's why you bring magic users against these guys. They fall like a sack of whatever it is. Okay, so he's dead. That's going to give me a loot. Alright, I got a unique loot, finally. Okay, so we're going to deal with that. You're going to go through the unique mundanes because it's a mundane level. You're going to take a random one, and that unique one is going to be available next time you go to town, and only that town. Okay, so we're going to deal with that. And you know what, I'm going to shuffle this. I'm not going to bother. Someone's going to get to the end. And essentially, also, if you do read the book, if you can take him down, you'll also get an XP. So I would definitely recommend you try to take him down, even if you lose a couple of guys along the way. And that's great. You reach the exit. You're going to get some gold and some extra stuff. And that's the end of the mission. We'll see you in the next one. Later.